Good morning. This is Father Stephen Kelly from St. John's Church in Detroit. We're continuing our series of daily morning meditations, where we generally look at one or another lessons that are assigned for morning or evening prayer, what is known as the Daily Office Lectionary. And today for Friday, I thought we'd take a look at the first lesson that's assigned for morning prayer from the book Exodus. We're on chapter 16, beginning at verse number 1. And they took their journey from Elim, and their congregation of the children of Israel came into the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 50th day of the second month after their departing out of the land of Egypt. And the whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness. And the children of Israel said unto them, Would to God that we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pots, and when we did eat bread to the full. For ye have brought us forth into this wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger. Then said the Lord unto Moses, Behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day, that I may prove them, whether they will walk in my law or no. And it shall come to pass that on the 6th day they shall prepare that which they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily. And Moses and Aaron said unto the children of Israel, At even, then ye shall know that the Lord hath brought you out of the land of Egypt. And in the morning, then ye shall see the glory of the Lord. For he that heareth your murmurings against the Lord, and what are we that ye murmur against us? And in the morning the dew lay round about the hosts. And when the dew was gone up, behold, on the face of the wilderness there lay a small round thing, as small as the hoarfrost on the ground. And when the children of Israel saw it, they said one to another, It is manna. For they wist not know what it was. And Moses said unto them, This is the bread which the Lord hath given you to eat. Okay, so here we have the people of Israel who've had this remarkable thing. They have witnessed all of these plagues that have struck the Egyptians, right? Remember, Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he brought boils and frogs, and the waters turned to blood. All of these things didn't move Pharaoh's heart enough to let him go until, of course, the angel of death came and destroyed all the firstborn, and God spared them. Then he divides the water of the Red Sea. They escape from slavery, and now they're hungry, right? And because they're hungry, they're ready to just give up and say, it would have been better if we'd have died in slavery, because at least we had some flesh to eat and we had plenty of bread, right? So, I mean, it is amazing how quickly we start out being thankful for things the Lord does for us, and maybe even amazed by the things the Lord does for us. And then after a little while, we become complacent, and even worse, we can even become contemptuous of what God is doing for us. And so, of course, God does continue to provide for them, right? He gives them their daily bread, right? We pray that every day, or don't we? We pray the Lord's Prayer. At least I hope you're praying at least the Lord's Prayer every day, all right? Give us this day our daily bread. And so it was that God would provide the people of Israel with this bread from heaven, this manna, every day. And they had to trust that the bread would be there tomorrow. They couldn't take 2 days worth, right? If they did, it would fester and stink and be a sign of their unfaithfulness. They had to believe that God would provide every day. And of course, they could only take up a double portion on the 6th day. Why? Right? The Sabbath, right? You knew that. The Sabbath day, they can't work. And so on the 7th day, they are to rest. So God allowed them to take 2 days worth of manna and have enough for the next day. So again, this is not just an issue of providing for their physical needs. He also provides quail for them as well, meat at night. So this isn't really so much about feeding as it is about trust, right? And it says right here that he does this to see if they will follow his law. And the only way we can follow the law of the Lord is, of course, to do so by trusting that he will provide for us and care for us and loves us. And so the daily provision of manna in the wilderness, despite their obstinacy, despite their grumbling against the Lord, sure, he did this, this, and this, but what has he done for us lately, right? They almost sound like spoiled children in that sense. And we all fall into this, don't we, at times? And if you don't think you do, talk to your parents. I bet your parents will tell you an instance where that was true. But we certainly need to continue to trust the Lord that he will, in fact, provide for us day by day. So today is Friday. I will not be in the parish office today, and we will not have a scheduled Holy Communion service, but we will certainly be saying our prayers. And I do hope that you are praying the daily office at home and reading your scriptures every day. And I will pray for you, and I hope that you will pray for me and pray for St. John's Church here in Detroit. And I hope your Friday is full of blessings.